Welcome to this new tutorial on router on a stick. This tutorial basically has inter-VLAN routing uh, with a router on a stick. So we are calling this router connected to this switch as router on a stick. So we have two VLANs here, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. And these two VLANs are the user VLANs, whereas VLAN 1 is our management VLAN. Now we have to configure the three VLANs with these IP addresses. The router will have the last IP address in each subnet, so it will have a total of three IP addresses. Then we have the switch, which will be configured with 10.1.1.253/24. This is the management. Uh, so this is going to be used for the management, and you're going to configure VLANs, two VLANs on this switch, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. In each of these VLANs, we have one PC, and these PCs will have IP address 10.1.10.1 for PC1 and 10.1.20.2 for PC2. We also have to configure the links between the switch and the router and the switch and the PCs. At the end, we should make sure that the PCs can ping each other and they can also ping the switch over here. We configure our router, we configure the four interfaces in this network, sorry, three interfaces in this network. So we have to configure for VLAN 1, VLAN 10 and VLAN 20. For VLAN 1, we run this command, interface gigabit ethernet 0/0/0.1, and this will be our um, native interface. So we write encapsulation.1q1 native, and the IP address is set to 10.1.1.254, which is the last IP address in VLAN 1, with the subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. Next, we configure for VLAN 10. So we write interface gigabit ethernet 0/0/0.10 with an encapsulation of .1q. This is not our native VLAN, so we do not specify native over here. And then we specify the IP address for this interface as 10.1.10.254 with the subnet mask of this /24. Similarly, we do it for VLAN 20 as well on interface gigabit ethernet 0/0/0.20. Now that we are done with our router configuration, we can now configure the switch. So as you can see in our switch, we first specify we will come back to the IP default gateway command. First of all, we'll configure our ports. So we start with interface gigabit ethernet 1/0/1, which will be our trunk port. To make this a trunk port, we have to run these two commands specifying the encapsulation protocol and the mode as trunk. Then we move to 1/0/2 and 1/0/3, which will be used as access ports as they are connected to our PCs. So these are the commands we run: interface gigabit ethernet 1/0/2, switch port access VLAN 10, and switch port mode access. Similarly for VLAN 20. Now that we are done with this, we can go to our switch and type show in enable mode, show IP int brief, and we can see that 101 is up, 101/0/2 is up, and 1/0/3 is up. VLAN 1 is set to 10.1.253. which is what is given to us in the instructions. So I believe we did not specify the IP address earlier. So for that, we simply have to go to the switch and type interface VLAN 1 and then specify the IP address as 10.1.1.253 with the subnet mask of 255.255.255.0. Now we can talk about, now that we are done with this, we can simply go to the PCs and set the IP address in these PCs as well. So we go to config. The gateway for the PC and VLAN 10 would be 10.1.10.254. So will the DNS, so will the DNS server. And then in the fast Ethernet, we have to specify the IP address as 10.1.10.1. And for PC2, it's this. So we specify the IP address and the default and the subnet mask. Now we can go to desktop command prompt and try to ping 10.1.10.1, which is pinging itself, and then we can try to ping the switch, which is 250 10.1.253. The request timed out. The PC is not able to ping the switch, and there's a reason for it, which we will cover next. The reason we were not able to ping the PC from our switch is because we did not specify the IP default gateway on our switch. So we'll go to the router and we'll type the default gateway as 10.1.1.253 because 254, which is the IP address of our router in VLAN 1. I'll just check whether that's correct. Yes. So we specify the default gateway, and now we'll try to ping the PC from the switch, which is the same as pinging the PC, which is going to give us a similar result if we ping from the PC to the switch. So pinging 10.1.10.1, and that works perfectly. One more thing to note is that in case IP routing is enabled, so I'm going to go into enable mode, config mode, and enable IP routing. So once I do that, and then now if I try to ping 10.1.10.1, it won't work because the rule is, as you can see, it's waiting, and the success rate is 0%. This is because when you want to specify the default gateway, you have to disable the IP routing. By default, the switches have the IP routing disabled, but in this lab we did enable IP routing because we wanted to implement inter VLAN routing. So now if I want to disable my IP routing again, I can simply type no IP routing inside config. So no IP routing, and once I do that, I can just I can now again try to ping 10.1.10.1 this PC, and now it will be able to do so. Right. So now let's go to any one of these PCs and try to ping. Let's try to ping the switch from this PC. So ping 10.1.1.253. That works. And let's ping the router. That works as well. So this completes a lab on inter VLAN routing with the router on a stick. See you with a new video very soon.